morning. I'm Savitha Suresh, your host for today. Welcome to our Alumni of the Month series. Today we have with us Mr. Lakshay Kumar. Mr. Lakshay, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for
Mr. Kumar is an alumni from our 2018 to 23 batch, and he's currently a legal associate with Panag, Babu and Sarangi. He's here to shed a little light on the work that he does as well as what led him to this career.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Kumar, tell me, you said previously that you don't come from a law background, you're a first generation lawyer. So let me ask you the question that I'm sure you've gotten 100 times.
Yeah.
What made you choose this profession and what made you choose this college in particular?
Actually, when I was preparing for my boards exam, I didn't have law as one of my choice of subject, choice of career that I wanted to pursue. I was a humanities background student. I wanted to do psychology honors, and that led me to my admission in DU. But at the last moment, I switched because my mom told me that you have to be a professional. DU might take you somewhere else, but being a professional might take you somewhere else. You might pursue some other dream as well. So for me, law was a natural subject because as a humanities student, I was good at arguing, and for that matter, I was good at studies in terms of history and all. And then at the moment when I was pursuing for CLAT, I had different other subjects, like different other entrance exams were there at that time rather than today, like you have only CLAT to give, that IP, SET and that CLAT, and also I gave every exam. But my preference was preferably Delhi, any college in Delhi, NCR and all. So for that matter, when I thought of DME, it was close to my approximate distance. The college was newer, so I knew there would be more opportunities. And effectively, when I joined DME, I didn't had any kind of expectations because I was just a new student. I was just trying to give it a shot at law. I also had this thing in my mind that if I don't like the subject in the first year, I'll quit it. I'll pursue something else. I'll take a year back and then I'll pursue. But then it turned out well, and DME turned out to be a good enough college for me because they provided me enough exposure to all the law MUNs and what you call those moods. And
Did you participate in a lot of extracurriculars?
Yeah, from the first year itself, I was part of the Mood Court Society.
Okay.
And from the second year, I started participating in the intra-mood competitions. And from the third year, during that COVID pandemic era, I think our team, we had 2-3 people who participated in the national mood. And we won that national mood eventually. So for us, that was, for me, that was the turning point because I thought that, okay, I am here to survive. I can do this. If I can participate in the mood and then win it, and if I can win this, I can definitely be a part of this profession. So that led me to choose law.
Lakshay, you've been practicing for about 3 years now.
Yeah, approximately 3 years.
Approximately 3 years. Do you really think moot courts have any real correlation to the actual court?
It helps you boost your confidence. I mean, ultimately, as a litigator, you want to argue. And by studying, you might learn the law, but by participating in moot, you will learn how to practice it. So I feel it might not be as relevant because the actual court crafts, how to argue, are completely different. But when you participate in the moot, it A, gives you motivation, B, keeps you in the game, it keeps you thriving, it helps you to understand. And law is a subject that and my seniors told me this, that it's an acquired taste. You don't like law just because you are a lawyer. You develop that habit of liking it over a period of time. So moot courts, over and all, if you participate it will help you. You'll get that hang of it. You win one moot court, it's like an addiction. You want to win second. It's like third. And then when you enter a profession, it's the same. You get a case. If you win, you have to you like it. Like you'll want to win another, then third and fourth, and then it becomes a habit for you. So I feel moot courts are important in that sense.
Okay. Any other extracurriculars that you would recommend this strongly, or just?
I would if anyone wants to start their journey in litigation, the first and the foremost thing I would tell them is to focus upon their drafting skills. Because when I joined the profession, I was given a lot of feedback from my seniors how my drafting is, and they helped me shape my drafting skills. Because specifically for law firms are very particular about their drafting. They want that kind of a drafting, that a person or an opposite party who's reading your draft should get to know that this is a draft from an XYZ law firm. That's the kind of pitch point accuracy or the kind of drafting skills they prefer. So I prefer that activities like article writing competitions, or maybe for that matter moot court competition, because you have to draft memos. Memos are an important part of your
We're circling
skills.
back to that, aren't we?
Yeah. Otherwise, any kind of article writing you have to read, because I feel drafting will help you only if you read, because drafting is just combination of magical words. So as long as you read, you get to know more words, you get to know your sentence formation, and then you start incorporating it in your drafts. So I feel any kind of competition related to article writing, or for that matter article, even at a very basic level, college assignments, you need to write an article on XYZ subject, give it your full shot. Think as if you are writing from a lawyer's perspective. That will help you. It might not help you in a way that you might feel that, oh, it's just an article, what will it help me? But it'll help you hone your skills in the future. So I prefer article writing and moot court competitions are the two basic things. If you can keep it up to that, you've done a good job.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Was that all you did in college? Article writing and moot courts?
I was not a
big sports or culture fan?
Cultural wise, I wanted to, I don't know, because at that time during my second and third year, there was no.
All right, the COVID era.
No, I was
course,
part of that
I'm
COVID
sorry.
era batches, so I didn't have that much exposure to all the cultural activities. When the time when the college opened, I think it was around 4th and 5th year. At that time, I was more focused upon my career, so more internships and more of.
And what role do you think they play in your final choice? Internships.
A lot. I mean, I cannot stress upon it.
Because you've spoken extensively on drafting.
Yeah,
So
when I was giving my interview, this is a real-time feedback. When I was giving an interview for my first job, they saw my CV and they saw the firms that I was in, and they were quite impressed that I had put in a lot of efforts in doing my internships in all these firms. And drafting in firms is way different from drafting from a chamber. So if anyone wants to be a part of a law firm culture, they have to make sure that they have law firm internships, or they have good enough chamber experience wherein they have drafted a lot of petitions or notices and XYZ number of drafting skills. But I feel that yes, internships play a lot in your career building, and especially in the initial stages.
fair enough. And do you think you got the adequate support here at DME to secure those internships? Because of course, being a first generation lawyer, building that network must have been difficult at the start.
I think in the initial 3 years, there were no placement cell as such, or an established placement cell. But post third year, I feel that DME had a placement cell. They were conducting interviews. They were helping students to. I participated in the mock interview that was being conducted by DME. Even during my final year, there were some law firms and some independent advocates who had come to DME to offer internships, paid internships. So I feel that to some extent, DME helped me, because giving those interviews helped me to prepare for my law firm interviews.
Of course,
So,
like a practice round.
yeah, it's like a practice round, because you know that the bigger aim is to crack a law firm interview, and for that you need to know what all questions people will ask, even at a chamber level or at a mid-sized law firm interview. So I feel that helped me a lot, and DME eventually they helped me, because they helped me organize my CV. They also helped me conduct interviews, mock interviews. So yeah, they helped me in order to get a hang of how an interview goes, specifically at a fresher level. So yeah,
That's very good. Okay, and actually you work primarily with white collar crimes, is that correct?
yes.
Can I ask what led to this specific area of interest?
It was actually not my area of interest.
Okay.
in my first job at Vadia Gandhi, it was specifically focused upon Supreme Court litigation, High Courts, appellate side jurisdiction litigation. We can discuss it afterwards, all these technical words, but it generally means High Court and Supreme Court litigation. I was always a fan of white collar crimes in terms of they fascinated me a lot, because I used to see the news and I used to hear all these PMLA cases and all these white collar cases coming into limelight. So it was just a fascination for me, and I wanted to be a part of this culture, that what all these white collar crimes actually work like. So when I was working with Vadia, I got a hang on all the PMLA cases. I got addicted to it, as I said. It helps you, like it's just about addiction. You win a case, you get addicted, you want to do another case. That's what. So I wanted to level up myself. I wanted to play in the bigger leagues, and I knew that Vadia has given me an XYZ exposure. I want to climb up the ladder, and for climbing up, I need to go to bigger firms. So Panag, Babu, and Sarangi is, I mean, at least in North India, I would say, or all over India, it's one of the best white collar firms that you can be a part of. Like, it gives you tremendous exposure.
A boutique firm, it specializes particularly?
No, we do all kinds of work, but our specialization lies in majorly white collar offences. Specifically, my partner, my team deals with all kinds of cases, international arbitrations and white collar cases. But for me personally, white collar cases are like my children. I like to treat them as if I will make sure that everything goes right. I want to learn more. I get involved in the cases to like an extraordinary level. So for me, white collar crimes is just my bread butter.
Okay. So generally when students, especially from first generation lawyers, when they come into law school, they come in with either Supreme Court lawyer litigation or judiciary aspirations. Criminal law, as a general rule, is a less preferred field, yes? So do you have any advice for students who are drawn to that or who are more interested in that field?
I used to also have this kind of an opinion that criminal law is not as rewarding as it, people have the common perception. It might be true, but if you have bigger dreams, if you want to play in the big leagues, you'll find enough space for you to generate money. Some of the top lawyers of this country are practicing in criminal law. Some of the top cases in this country are pertaining to criminal law. But for that, you need to develop a habit of understanding basic criminal law you need to know. I am not saying that you need to work with a criminal lawyer to understand it, but you should have a basic idea of how criminal law works, and that can happen at any stage. You can be good at criminal law, you can be good at CRPC, you can be good at IPC, you can be good at knowing subjects. It's not that you need to have a very complex understanding of criminal law. It's a very basic subject. It's not like a specialized subject like a securities law, or for that matter, it's like a socio-economic offences that we have, like a PMLA. These are things that can lead you to different areas, but you need to have a basic understanding of CRPC, IPC, and Evidence Act. If you have these three on your tips, if not on your tips, if you know that you know where the law, where an answer to a question lies, that's enough for you to have that understanding, and then you can play with the specialized areas of PMLAs and, for that matter, any other specific area of criminal law. Thank
you so much, Lakshay, for your time today. This has been a wonderfully enlightening conversation. I'm so glad that you chose to come in and join us.
Thank you.